Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. I'm in the zone. Okay, this is my second video tonight, and some stuff is being revealed. I finally understand something that I have heard for 30 years, and just even for the life of me couldn't understand it. Even when I'd ask them, well, what does that mean? And nobody could ever actually give me an answer. Okay, so I'm just flipping through YouTube videos and I came across this. She doesn't do tarot, but she does something similar. It's like reading tarot without doing the tarot cards or something. I don't know. But she said, oh, well, the reason why you guys can't come together yet is because you have to choose yourself. Now, I just heard someone say this to me about 3 weeks ago, or maybe it was a month ago. And this person has been saying this to me. It's someone I turn to when I'm going through a hard time or need advice or like, how do I deal with it? She has said this to me literally, I think it's been about 28 years. And I'm just kind of like, I've kind of done asking her, what does that mean? And because she never really gives me an answer. So I'm like, oh, okay. I am finally starting to understand that all these people have said this, even the people who wrote it in books and seminars and these courses I took, none of them had a clue what the hell they were talking about. They just say, oh, okay, that's what I'm supposed to say, and they just say it, but they don't understand it. I'm going to help you understand what this actually means. Now, here's the funny thing. The advice that I gave about this, I gave just recently in a couple videos, I'd say about 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. But I never connected that to, what's the word I'm going to say, this phrase of, oh, you got to choose yourself. Now, years ago, I just thought, oh, this just sounds so damn selfish. Oh, okay, and I'd let it kind of roll. Like, no one explained it to me. It makes sense now. I finally get it. Now, here's the funny thing. My teachings on internal awareness and emotional grounding, they teach you how to shift into that space of being so you can choose yourself. So no, it's I want to say it this way, but it's even deeper than that. So you know how to choose yourself because you're coming from yourself versus other people. And that's where you get screwed up, is basing what you should do based on what do you think? Well, what do you think? And what about you? What about you over there? Okay, what does everyone think? So you listen to people like tarot readers or spiritual, or people are just, therapists saying, oh, well, the reason why you can't find the right person is because you have to choose yourself first. And like, oh, okay, what the fuck does that mean? Well, what? They don't teach you what does that mean? How do you do that? And, nothing, there's nothing behind it. It's just a bunch of empty words. All right, so I'm just going to read off what I wrote on our page, okay? Let's see, where is it? Okay, here it is. So I wrote, oh, I finally get what you are all saying. Tarot reading, spiritual people, etc., etc. And every energy healer, coach, therapist, psychologist I've worked with, and every seminar and book I've ever read on this subject and have been trying to say. I don't think even you actually know what you're talking about. Now here's the deal. In her video, she goes, well, the reason why you got to choose yourself, I guess, is because and I'm like, she doesn't know. She's doing a video on it and she doesn't even know what the hell she's talking about. God, let me just finish it first. Okay, so let's see. I don't even think you actually know what you're talking about. I don't think any of them do. Otherwise, they would just have said it. The reason why you have to choose yourself, and it's better understood by looking at it from the other person. So take a look at them. The reason why they need to choose themselves is because their family or friends or coworkers or whoever may be telling them not to date you, not to be in a relationship with you, not to marry you, not to go out with you, and not to leave them or whatever, which is them choosing their friends or family and not themselves. Okay, let me continue. So then I wrote, so if they are truly in love with you and want to be with you, if they are not choosing themselves and are choosing what their friends are saying over their desires, which is choosing themselves for you, then they are not choosing themselves and thus are not choosing you, even though you is what they want, which is choosing themselves. Choosing themselves is choosing what they want, not what other people want. So if they choose themselves, they will choose what they want, you. And the same thing is with you. If you are so worried about what other people think or listen to or what they want or think for your life, then you are not choosing you. You're choosing them and what they choose. Thus, you are not truly choosing what you want. So you both have to choose yourself to choose each other, because it's what you both want is each other. So how can you connect with each other if you are connected to all these other people who are not in the relationship? It will pull you both apart, and that's the point. How many times have you seen a couple get pulled apart by the people outside of their relationship, their friends, their family, coworkers, whatever? And how many times have you seen a beautiful relationship get blocked or keep a relationship from happening because of what other people wanted? If you're worried about what other people think, you are not choosing yourself. It's a psychological personal development thing that till one day when you get so comfortable just choosing what you want when you want without any hesitation or even a thought, let alone a worry of what other people think or want you to. So you're just living your life the way you want because it's your life. You're choosing what you want to do, choosing who you want in your life, etc., etc. It just becomes a very normal, natural thing. But most people don't live like that. Most people ask their friends, even strangers or someone they work with, what do you think? What do you think about this guy? It's like, they don't know that guy. I made a big, long video about this. Like, the people that you know, even if they've met that guy, even if you guys gone out to clubs and parties and movies together, they don't know that person like you do. And a lot of stuff is their issues and their filters and their generalizations and assumptions. And so the problem is they're not in the relationship. No, even if they're standing right next to you, they're still outside of the relationship. So choosing yourself is choosing what you want. If you want to be with that person, then be with them. You know, I had a real problem in my 20s with this. I was in college. I was getting straight A's, and my older sister called. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but she didn't want me to graduate from college. She wanted to be the only one that graduated from college, but it turns out she never actually graduated from college. She lied about it. So she convinced me, oh, Mom's worried. She called me up one day out of the blue, and why are you doing this to Mom? I'm doing what to Mom? Mom's worried about you. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've got my own apartment. I've got my own car. My bills are paid. I've got this money in the savings. I'm getting straight A's. Like, what's the problem? I didn't understand it. She wants you to drop out. I'm like, why? Well, they played such a guilt trip on me. I freaking dropped out of college. Clearly, these people didn't have my best interest in mind. And that's the point. You do have your best interest in mind, and you need to start listening to your desires. What do you want? I can't tell you how many times people have got in between me and someone I was in love with, and they were in love with me, and they turned that person against me. And I've seen it happen to my friends. I've seen it happen to neighbors, and on and on. You really got to shut the door to those people that are getting in between you and someone that you're in love with. They will ruin your relationship and your life. Okay, so the only way a healthy relationship can exist in society, in public, is by you choosing what you want. You are choosing each other because you both want each other. Now here's the kind of funny part of this whole communication thing. I remember a therapist said to me, like, you know, Michael, you really got to choose yourself. You really got to choose yourself. I'm thinking, and it was in regards to someone I was in love with and cared about and all this stuff. Oh, okay. So I walked away thinking, well, I guess I can't date them because I got to choose myself. Kind of this vague and abstract, because I thought they were saying, Michael, because choosing yourself is not, it sounds like it means not choosing them. That's not what they mean. This applies to every area of your life. If this is what you want, then choosing that is what you want. That's you choosing you. It doesn't get any simpler than that. But I will tell you, I used to think choosing myself meant I couldn't date that person because then I would be choosing them. That's what I thought the stupidity was. And nobody cared to break it down. Nobody even explained that to me. Like, what are you talking about? You know, the funny thing, this young lady, and she's pretty young, she's probably about 30, 32 years old. I can tell by her voice that you got to choose yourself. It's like, I could tell, like, she doesn't actually understand what she's talking about. And the more she talks, she literally goes, well, maybe what it means is, I'm like, maybe. Well, do you even know what you're saying? I mean, here's my thing. If you don't know what you're talking about, if you have a question mark in your brain, you need to research it, study it, and start asking around until you get a solid answer. Now, here's something that I have done intuitively over the years, is whenever somebody says something to me and I don't understand it, I'm like, well, what? And I literally will say, what does that mean? And I'll say, well, what do you mean when you say that? Like, and I'll say, I don't understand what that, and here's another one. I don't understand what that means. And that's when you're going to find out if they understand what they mean. Now, here's another aspect of this. If they give you an answer and you're kind of confused, then you need to say, that's confusing. Like, what is that? I don't understand. What do you mean? If they can't give you a clear answer, number one, they probably actually are bullshitting and they're just repeating something they heard from someone else who said it with such confidence and bravado and ego. And so now they're doing the same damn thing, going, fuck, I don't actually know what that means. Number two, it could be they're not very good at communicating and getting messages across. Now, here's one I used to have. Whenever a woman would tell me, like, hey, you know, I need some space to process this, or some time to process this, or I need to process this. For years in high school and just out of high school, I'd be like, well, what the fuck does that mean? I would never say nothing because, like, oh, okay, because they said it so matter-of-factly, like the word process is a word we all use. Ladies, men don't know what the hell that word meant. Let me tell you, by the time I got into my 30s, because an energy healer would say, you know, Michael, you know, I need time to process this, or maybe she needs time to process. And one day I just blew up. It's like, I go, what does that mean? Okay, it wasn't that intense, but I was pretty upset. Like, well, what does that mean? Like, what are you talking about? Are you a freaking computer machine? You got to process the data? Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And by the way, ladies, if you want to answer that question, like when you say, oh, I need to process this, please answer it in the description box, not the description box, but the comment section. I would love to hear the answers. Like, what does that mean? I am telling you right now, when you use that phrase, I need to process, men are looking at you like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, please teach us. Now, here's the thing. I really do internal awareness and grounding techniques. And there's another deeper technique I teach where you allow yourself to feel your emotions. It's a very calming, grounding technique. And the emotions could be very painful, but when you completely release into it, it then, well, essentially processes. So from that level, I think you're saying I need to feel what I'm feeling and to connect with it in a way that might, it kind of like it processes and goes, okay, here's what it is, or here's the healing aspect of it. Now, here's what I thought for many, many years, because I heard this from a lot of women. Every time a woman said, hey, I need some space or some time to process this, I finally realized, like, oh, she never wants to talk to me again. That's what I thought it meant for well over 15 years. Because every time a woman said this to me, I never heard from her again. Ever. So this happened to me, well, not recently, but about a year ago. And the minute she said it, I go, oh, okay, I get it. So we're never going to talk again. She goes, well, I didn't say that. I'm like, yeah, you did. You literally said you need time to process this. And she goes, no, that's not what it means. I just need some time. And I was like, yeah, it means you're not going to talk to me. She goes, no, Michael, that's not what I mean. And then let me tell you something. She never called me again. So ladies, if you mean anything other than I don't want to talk to you again, please let the men on this channel understand what you mean when you say, I need space or time to process this. Let me tell you something for the male species. We can't stand it when a woman says the word, I need to process, I need time, I need space. We're just like I'm at a point in my life now, if you say that, we're done. I'm like, have all the space. Have the space of the universe. Have all the time in the world, okay? Here's another thing, just to let you know that men don't like. We freaking hate it when you're saying, oh, I'm looking for a companion. And we're like, go get a damn dog. I'm not a freaking dog. I'm a human being with heart and emotions and feelings. Every woman who's ever said, I'm looking for a companion, they're not looking for a relationship to be in love, to connect emotionally. They're looking for someone who basically goes to the movies with them, kind of like a dog that goes for a walk with them. I'm going to tell you right now, men do not like to hear that word companion. We're humans, we have emotions, and believe it or not, it sounds shocking, but we have feelings. Alright, sorry for the ending there, but I just kind of felt I had to get that out there. Alright, God bless you guys. If you liked the video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and you can, especially on the first one, about process, honestly, sincerely, like, if it means anything other than I don't ever want to talk to you again, tell us what it means, or at least what it means to you when you say that. Alright, click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment. And if you want, you can go ahead and leave a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. You can also buy one of my dating relationship books for men or women. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.